Hello, I'm Tim Hickey, and this is part 4 of the Rube Goldberg Creating Your Own Virtual World tutorial. And in this tutorial, I'm going to show how to create a new primitive object, put it in a group, and then link that group into the virtual world. So let's start off where we were before. Double-click on the virtual world folder, double-click on world.blend, move the mouse so it appears. And so now, notice we've got the dominoes, the ball, and the floor. And if I do a shift space over here so I can see the multiple windows, you can see here the ball, several dominoes. This is the one we first put in, and then these are the copies we made, and a floor. And there's also a skybox, which gives the environment. So let's do another thing. Let's add a ring, like a inner tube, and make it bouncy, so it'll drop and bounce around. Okay, so to do that, we go New. So we're going to start absolutely from scratch. File, New, and let's see. We can let's make this cube into a floor. So hit the N key for numeric, or to pull up the Properties tab. And for the scale, let's write 10 and hit the tab, and then 10 and hit the tab, and 0.2 and hit return. So we've made the cube into 10 by 10 by 0.2 scaled box. And grab on the little blue translation widget arrow and drop it down. Great. Hit A to deselect. If you hit A again, it selects everything, and A again it deselects. So we have nothing selected. And now let's go to Add, Mesh, and come down here and click on Torus, Add Mesh Torus. So here's our torus, and if I hold the middle mouse button down and drag with the mouse, I can scroll around and look at it. That looks good. I'm going to put the mouse here between the windows and do a left drag to open it up a little bit. And let's first give it some physics. So we click on, this is the properties window here, and let's click on the physics pane. We also have to go up here to Blender Render and say Blender Game. We want Blender Game mode, and notice that opens up many more options for the physics. So we want it to be a rigid body, which means it's under the control of gravity, and it can change its orientation, rotate, spin. And then down here, we also want to say collision bounds, and for the collision bounds, let's say convex hull. Convex hull or triangle mesh are best. Triangle mesh could be a little bit slow. You'll have to try it on your computer and see. But we'll do convex hull, which is a pretty accurate estimation of the shape of the torus, the ball. Okay, good. So if we hit P for play, it should fall. P, and it falls. Great. Let's now add some material properties. So click here on the material button, which pulls up the material options. And let's create a new material. So click on New. And here in Diffuse, we can pick a color. So let's make it, say, I don't know, purple. Okay, so it's purple. And then if we scroll down a little bit further, we see the physics, and let's change the elasticity, which is the bounciness, to 0.9. So it's going to bounce quite a bit, and hit return. So this is the elasticity, the collision elasticity, how much it bounces when it hits something. So now if we hit P for play, well, it doesn't seem to bounce much, but that's because this floor down here doesn't have any elasticity. So if I now click on the floor object, and let's see, it already has a material, but we should give it a new one. So click on here. There's that purple. That's the one we just made, material 0.01. Let's click on that. So now they both are purple, and they're both bouncy. If I hit P for play, it should bounce. Yes. See, because they both have high elasticity. Excellent. Okay. Also for material 0.01, click on that and let's change the name to Bouncy Purple. That's the name of that material, Bouncy Purple. Okay, excellent. So we're almost done. Now right-click on the torus again, and here I'm using the middle mouse button to change my view. So we right-click on the torus, so we've selected it, and now click over here on the Object button, and this gives all the object properties we can change. And down here is one for Add to Group. So we have to create a group. If we want to link something in, it has to be in a group. Where the little plus is to add this object to a new group, so click on the plus. And by default, the group's name is Group, which is kind of boring. So let's call it Donut, D-O-N-U-T. D-O-N-U-T, Donut. So that's the name of that group. And now let's save this whole thing. So File, Save As, and we're going to call it, click over here where it says untitled.blend, change that to donut.blend, and then click on Save as Blender File. So now we have saved this in donut.blend, and let's now go back and open the recent world.blend, and now let's import in our donut. So we go File, go down to Link, click on it, and then we have to find it. So I'll click on the desktop and Virtual World, and it should be here somewhere, Donut. There it is, donut.blend. This opens all the things in Donut that we could link in. We want to link in a group. So click on Group. There's the Donut group, which is what we want. And we click Link Append from Library. And there's our donut. We brought it right in. So let's lift this up, like so. And now if you'll notice over here, for Add, at the very bottom is Group Instance, and we now have Donut. So in the Add menu, we can create a flying camera, a skybox, a domino, floor, a ball, or a donut. Donut is the new one. Okay, hit P for play, and it falls. Whoa, and kind of gets involved and stuff there. Let's lift it up, maybe put it on top of the, there. Let's see, is that right in the middle? It's pretty good. So let's lift it up a little higher. Great. And view from the front. P for play. Boom. Yep, so it bounces off the floor, also bounces off the ball. And if I view from the camera, there we go, and hit P for play. And now I can zoom in and watch it bounce around. Okay, so if you want to go and change the properties, change the color, you go here and save what you've done. So we save it, and now we go to Open Recent, open the donut, and we can say click on the material and change the color. Right, so let's change the color to a darker purple. Drop it down like this, darker purple like that. Okay, save. So we do File, Save, and now when we go back, open Recent to World.blend, it's now a darker purple color. P for play. Okay, so hit Escape, and we're back out. And now you should try to create your own object. One point I wanted to actually emphasize here, let me go back to Open Recent Donut.blend, is that you should make sure the location of your object is 0, 0, 0. Put it at 0, 0, 0, because when you link it in and you add it, it's going to be added relative to that location. So if I had it at 555, then the crosshairs, the center of the object in the new Blender file would be at 0, 0, 0, but the object itself would probably be off to the side. It just doesn't look right. So make sure the location is 0, 0, 0. All right, so that is the end of this tutorial, and you should go on and give it a try. Have fun.